Hello, good evening. It's High Priestess Jamila. Hello, hello. So, as promised, I am back. Um, I am back with some discussion. I'm back with some discussion. And I want to get into this prophetic dream that I had. For some reason, the other night, or not the other night, last night, I had three dreams back to back, and they were all in color. They were very vivid, bright dreams that I had. And so I want to talk about that. And then I also want to talk about loyalty to my blood and things that I have completely become averted to, completely and totally. Now everybody knows that I was over here speaking about our local coon the other day, whose name I will never mention on my channel. I don't care if I get one view per hour total on my channel. There's certain people that I will not be discussing. And then there's also certain things that are sort of set up to take away from African people, Black people. And I wanted to discuss that and discuss some of the boundaries that I am going to be putting up going forward. Um, just for myself, because I feel that the ancestors, especially certain ancestors, are very reactionary to certain things that we can do. So, more than likely, going forward, especially with the new year, certain things that are meant to trigger African American people, certain things that are meant to take away from us, to bring depression to us, to bring anxiety to Black people. I will not be doing that. And then on the other side of the spectrum, I will not be participating. Okay, so happy New Year to y'all, because I am seriously turning over a new leaf. Is what I decided to do, especially when it comes to YouTube. I really, really, really want to stick with my craft. I don't want to discuss certain things, because especially when it comes to African American people, I do believe that um, a lot of those things were set up and put into place to disconnect us from the divine. And so that is one of the reasons why I took down the video from last night. It has nothing to do with my fear of this person. Definitely, it has a lot to do with the type of energy that I want on my channel. And that is not the energy that I want on my channel. However, I do want to make comment on something before I get into the prophetic dream. When it comes to um, showing loyalty to myself and to my bloodline, and to my ancestors. Um, First of all, if you are even a suspected racist on either side of the spectrum, I'm just not going to get down with you. So that's pretty much where I am at, especially when it comes to communication and conversations, because the spirits is always watching. I remember last year when the whole George Floyd thing happened. Rest in peace, George Floyd. And they actually are doing a vote over there, and I'm going to be following the results of that vote to where his death and the way that he was murdered has jump started the people of that community to, instead of having more so a police state, they want to have more so like peace officers and things of that nature, which, yeah. So I'm gonna be following it. I don't know if you guys realize that, but they are actually working on changing some laws over there when it comes to the police, because of the police brutality that has been carried out against African American people. And it made me realize that I think that um, in order for me to stay right with my ancestors, there's certain conversations that I won't be having. First of all, I don't think that anybody has a right to be racist. This is something that I have zero tolerance for. Showing hatred or disdain for African American people is something that is going to get you immediately blocked and cut out of my life immediately without any delay. Like, I'm not even going to delay with it. I'm not even going to be tolerant of any type of racism against my people, especially considering what the fuck we went through in this country. And moving forward, it is what it is. Sort of like, and I, like I said, I speak to white people all the time, and they are very, very respectful of black people. They are, racism, however, is something that is not ever tolerated. Even the slightest slight, even the slightest thing, and you're getting cut off immediately. Meaning that, for example, I don't think it would be appropriate for me to be cool with a white man that hates black men. I plan and intend to fully show loyalty to my people, even though they're not always loyal to me. I fully intend on showing loyalty to my divine ancestors and just to black people as a whole, to the point where, like, don't even go there with me, because there are so many different things that you can talk about. There are so many different ways of connecting with other races of people without dogging your people out. Okay. For example, you're not going to catch me being cool with somebody that has either overtly been a racist or either covertly, because there's a difference between covert racism and overt racism. And these are things that truly make me sick, either way that it goes. Whether or not it is a racism, whether or not a racist person sort of makes it obvious that they, for example, I think a very popular thing among black men is, to be cool with racist people who are being covertly racist. And I believe it's very covert for a person to be racist and to hate black women, but to, be willing to, be on a black man's junk. Okay. So, I feel that black men are being extremely covert racist when you allow a racist person, especially if they are a white person, when you allow them to be around you, be among you, when you're cool with them and they're disrespecting black women, especially if you have black daughters. I think that this is extremely inappropriate. I think that it is very worrisome. It is very bothersome, and I think that the spirits definitely do react to it. So So for me, I want to keep it kosher. I'm going to keep it completely kosher and keep it a buck. When it comes to that, if I have caught you disrespecting Black people, you're not welcome around me. And that's whether or not you're Black or white. Because I do think that it does exist in the Black community, sort of this reverse racism to where you'll have Black people and they will be cool with racist white people. That's something that will not go down ever for me. I can't do it. It's way too harmful and hurtful. It is very hurtful to our people, to Black people, to see other Blacks being okay with this, being okay with people that have either covertly or overtly shown racism to our people. Okay. And this is big facts moving forward. For the past year, I have learned so many lessons when it comes to that. And I can tell you, as somebody that is connected spiritually, that it's really not going to be tolerated. And you know what? I want to apologize. I want to apologize if I have not been adamant about that enough, because I do believe that people do deserve their freedom of speech. They do. They deserve their freedom of speech, but I think that you draw the line when you are blatantly being disrespectful to Black children and to Black women. And this is something that will never be tolerated ever for any reason. Of course, Black women are not perfect all the time. Black women make mistakes. You know, however, going straight to the whole race thing, the whole Black thing, is something that I will not tolerate. Okay, I won't tolerate it. Even if, in my opinion, I think that if a Black person is showing some kind of issue with a white person, I'm more tolerant of that, giving our history. So on this channel, we're pretty much purging of any of that energy completely. We want to stick with the spirits. We want to stick with what we're doing, which is focusing on spirituality. That way, everybody can have fun. Everybody can have a good time. And this includes, I've been unsubbing from some channels, because what I noticed is that at least two channels that I had been sub to had made videos against psychics and witches. And so you don't have to believe in witchcraft. You don't have to believe in spirit, in the spirits. But I just won't be watching your channel, because I think that that's another thing. It's another way of discrimination, because Black people bought all of this over from Africa. We did it a lot of the times. And I enjoy people that embrace it. And I enjoy all races of people that embrace spirituality versus religion. And I think that it's all that is needed, unless I see that you are overtly or covertly a racist. Okay. This energy has been so toxic to my spirit that I can't even, I can't do it anymore. So I've been really, really today resting, and then also just looking at videos pertaining to witchcraft, just straight witchcraft. I don't want to deal with the with the negativity of that. I don't. And you know what? While we know that racism does still exist, um, I don't consider myself to be a race soldier, but I don't have to tolerate it. And I think that when Black people are able to remove that from their subconscious, I think that you can make a lot happen. And then also not allowing other races of people to trigger you in that way, because that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. The more and more that they push the racism agenda onto Black people, the more and more they are trying to dim your light, just their presence. If you have a channel where you're okay with racist white people, I'm not going to watch your channel. You know, if you, I mean, I wouldn't recommend any Black person being cool with a racist. But if that's what you want to do, I can't judge you. I can't even get mad at you. I can't even say anything to you, because who is it to me? Just don't bring that energy to me. Okay. Um, and you know what? There goes my stomach. I am going to come back and talk about my prophetic dream from a separate live. So I'm going to come right back. Like I said, I've been purging today, all day. Okay. Throwing up, diarrhea. Yeah, I know that's TMI, but I'm going to come back from a separate live and talk about this prophetic dream that I had. But I did want to make that announcement. Like I said, dealing with this, dealing with that on any level, completely is meant to separate you from spirit, because it completely throws you off. You know, and so, yeah, but I'll be right back, you guys, because I got to go back to the bathroom. I love you guys. Over and out.